The storm has now arrived. Man, what a cracking day. There's no rainbow in sight. Just a clear blue sky in sight. But it doesn't matter. We're going to talk about it tonight. Hey guys, it's StormBoy13. We are on, I believe we are on episode number 9 now. I think that's right, of Weather Vlogging Season 2. And thank you very much for the comments. For the request tonight, today really, doesn't really matter what time you're watching this, but we're going to discuss about rainbows. I've actually, down here, it's a lovely day and it's quite warm outside. I actually talked about it. I used to do weather documentaries 2 years ago, throughout the year. I took them down because very little people watched them, and I used to do some random acting around that time until I given up on that last year in summer. If you don't know what I'm talking about, I used to do stuff with a sock monkey and stuff like that, make it like a story or stuff, you know. But I moved on from that. So, but anyways, I did do a rainbow weather documentary almost 2 years ago. Deleted it, so this time we're gonna do a rainbow weather vlogging one. I can't vlog much about the weather, but I can give you some information about how rainbows formed and what makes them unique, and some probably recent rainbow photos. So that's what's going to happen from this video. So plus, if you've been watching the UK weather, we've got quite a sunny, clear day in sight. Temperatures reached 18 Celsius. It's going to be warm tomorrow. We could get 20 Celsius. Thought I'd just update you now. I know it's Wednesday, but I don't care. And then on Friday, chance of some thunderstorms on Friday afternoon and evening time. Temperature's humid, still going up to the high teens possibly. Again, 18-19 Celsius is possible, and a warm weekend to come. Temperatures in mid to high teens, but chance of some more heavy thundery showers possibly. So I could get some rainbow photos if I'm lucky, depending if I get a chance. So anyways, let's get started. Okay, so let me tell you a little bit about the rainbow. I think you may know, but not all. So, as you know, a rainbow is a meteorological phenomenon that is caused by reflection, refraction, and dispersion of light in water droplets, resulting in a spectrum of light appearing in the sky. It takes the form of a multicolored arc. Rainbows caused by sunlight always appear in a section of sky directly opposite the sun. So rainbows can be full circles, however the average observer sees only an arc formed by illuminated droplets above the ground and centered on a line from the sun to the observer's eye. So the primary rainbow, the arc shows red on the outer part and violet on the inner side. This rainbow is caused by light being refracted when entering a droplet of water, then reflected inside on the back of the droplet, and refracted again when leaving it. So in a double rainbow, a second arc is seen outside the primary arc, and has the order of its colours reversed with red on the inner side of the arc. So rainbow is not located at a specific distance from the observer, but comes from an optical illusion caused by any water droplets viewed from a certain angle relative to a light source. Thus, the rainbow is not an object and cannot be physically approached. Indeed, it is impossible for an observer to see a rainbow from water droplets at any angle other than the customary one of 42 degrees from the direction opposite the light source. So, even if an observer sees another observer who seems under or at the end of a rainbow, the second observer will see a different rainbow farther off at the same angle seen by the first observer. So rainbows span a continuous spectrum of colours. Any distinct bands preserved are an artifact of human colour vision, and no branding of any type is seen in a black and white photo of a rainbow, only a smooth graduation of intensity to a maximum. Then fading towards the other side, the colours seen by the human eye The most commonly cited and remembered sequence is Newton's severalfold: red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, and violet, remembered by the mnemonic Richard of York, grave battle in vain. So rainbows can be caused by many forms of airborne water. First include not only rain, but also mist spray and airborne dew. And also visibility-wise, rainbows can be observed by whenever there are water drops in the air and sunlight shining from behind the observer at a low altitude angle. So because of this, rainbows are usually seen in the western sky during the morning and in the eastern sky during the early evening. The most spectacular rainbow displays happen when half of the sky is still dark with raining clouds and the observer is at a spot with clear sky in the direction of the sun. The result is a luminous rainbow that contrasts with the darkened background. During such good visibility conditions, the larger but fainter secondary rainbow is often visible. It appears about 10 degrees outside of the primary rainbow with inverse order of colours. So the rainbow effect is almost commonly seen near waterfalls or fountains. In addition, the effect can be artificially created by disappearing water droplets into the air during a sunny day. So rarely a moonbow, lunar rainbow, or nighttime rainbow can be seen on strongly moonlit nights. As human visual perception of colour is poor in low light, moonbows are often preserved to be white. So it is difficult to photograph the complete semicircle of a rainbow in one frame, as this would require an angle view of 84 degrees. For a 35mm camera, a wide-angle lens with a focal length of 90mm or less would be required. Now, the software for stitching several images into a parameter is available, so images of the entire arc and even secondary arcs can be created fairly easily from a series of overlapping frames. From above the Earth, such as in an aeroplane, it is sometimes possible to see rainbows as a full circle. This phenomenon can be confused with the glory phenomenon, but a glory is usually much smaller, covering only 5 to 20 degrees. The sky inside a primary rainbow is brighter than the sky outside of the bow. This is because each raindrop is a spear and it scatters light over an entire circular disk in the sky. The radius of the disk depends on the wavelength of light, with red light being scattered over a larger angle than blue light, so over most of the disk, scattered light at all wavelengths overlaps, resulting in a white light which brightens the sky. The wavelength dependence of the scattering gives rise to the rainbow. So the light of primary rainbow arc is 96% polarized, identical to the arch. Light of second arc is 90% polarized. So the number of colors in spectrum of rainbow, a spectrum obtaining using a glass prism and a point source, is a continuum of wavelengths without bands. The number of colours that the human eye is able to distinguish in the spectrum is in the order of 100. So accordingly, the lineal colour system, the 20th century system for numerically describing colours, based on equal steps for human visual perception, distinguish 100 hues. The apparent discreteness of main colours is an artifact of human perception, and the exact number of main colours in a somewhat arbitrary choice. Okay, so the full circle rainbow, the first circle rainbow I'm going to show you now. Can you see? Yep. So as we just mentioned, in theory, every rainbow is a circle, but from the ground. Only its upper half can be seen. Since the rainbow centre is diametrically opposed to the sun's position in the sky, more of the circle comes into view as the sun approaches the horizon, meaning that the largest section of the circle, normally seen as about 50% during sunset or sunrise. Viewing the rainbow's lower half requires the presence of water droplets below the observer's horizon, as well as sunlight that is able to reach them. So these requirements are not usually met when a viewer is at ground level, either because droplets are absent in the required position, or because sunlight is obstructed by the landscape behind the observer. So from a high viewpoint, such as a high building or an aircraft, however, the requirements can be met and the full circle rainbow can be seen. So like a partial rainbow, the circular rainbow can have a secondary bow or supernumerary bows as well. It is possible to produce the full circle when standing on the ground, for example, by spraying a water mist from a garden hose while facing away from the sun. A circular rainbow should not be confused with the glory, which is much smaller in diameter and is created by different optical processes in the right circumstances. A glory and a circular rainbow or fog bow can occur together. Another ancestral phenomenon that may be mistaken for a circular rainbow is the 22 degrees halo, which is caused by ice crystals rather than liquid water droplets, and is located around the sun or moon and not opposite it. And finally, in this bit, fog bow. So fog bows form in the same way as rainbows, but they are formed by much smaller cloud and fog droplets than different lights extensively. They are almost white with faint reds on the outside and blues inside. Often one or more broad supernumerary bands can be discerned beside the inner edge. So the colours are dim because the bow in each colour is very broad and the colours overlap. So fog bows are commonly seen over water when air is in contact with the cooler air is chilled, but they can be found anywhere if the fog is thin enough for the sun to shine through and the sun is fairly bright. They are very large, almost as big as a rainbow, and much broader, so sometimes appear with a glory at the bow's centre. Fog bows should not be confused with ice halos, which are very common around the world and visible much more often than rainbows of any order, yet are unrelated to rainbows. So that's it for this bit. Just the last bit I want to show you on this one. This was taken back in November last year. Stunning picture of a rare white rainbow captured in Scotland as storms hit the UK. The beautiful fog bow stunned onlookers with its magical aura shining against the bright blue sky. So can you see? You can see like there's a reflection of the rainbow, but it's white, not multicoloured. So we'll find out why. The breaking photograph of an unusual... I'll read it, sorry. So the breathtaking photograph of an unusual white rainbow has been captured in a remote part of Scotland. The beautiful sight was spotted by a man walking out the snowy moors far from the gales of Storm Agnes on Sunday. This was back in November, by the way. Known also as a fog bow, the image from Rancourt Moor in the west of Scotland was captured by Melvin Nicholson. So while walking on the moor south of Glencoe, he said the unbelievably beautiful white rainbow appeared before him. Mr. Nicholson said it's a colourless rainbow that's made of a tiny water droplets that cause fog. It is an amazing thing to witness and can generally only be seen if the sun is behind you when you are looking at it. He said an isolated windswept tree framed by the fog bow completed the shot. It was just beyond magical and one of those days I remember for a long time to come, he added. So, a fog bow is a similar phenomenon to a rainbow, however, as its name suggests, it appears as a bow in fog rather than rain. Because of the very small sized water droplets are coarse fog, smaller than 0.05mm, a fog bow is only very weak colours with a red outer edge and a bluish inner edge. Alright, so that's it for this video. Thank you very much for the request. So you can send another request. I have no problems doing 2 in 1 week. So let's see what the next episode will be. So comment below and it will be on the description as well. So if you want me to do, so which episode you want me to do next, comment below. If you want me to do any extreme UK weather events for the rest of the week, comment below for a request. If you want me to do any global weather forecasting request, comment below. They're all in the description now, so you know what to do. Alright guys, thanks for watching. Like, comment and subscribe. Now, I can't guarantee you that may happen. The next video will either be possibly the thunderstorm video, a request video, or the weather forecast video. So we'll see what happens. Time will tell. Thanks for watching, guys. Give it a like, comment, and subscribe. Thumbs it up. And more to come soon. Storm's now out.